I'm tracking the play-to-earn gaming marketplace each and every week, and this week we have a lot of green to talk about, so stay tuned. Hello, Kamusta Hola, this is Luke with Luke Plays to Earn, and today we are going through a Monday market update where we look at some of the hottest crypto tokens for the play-to-earn gaming space and NFT prices. So if you're familiar with my videos because of Splinterlands, we'll also talk about Splinterlands, but also expand out and talk about other games as well. Now, the point of these weekly videos is just to give us an idea of where the market is headed, what happened the last week, maybe give us a thesis for where it's headed in the next couple weeks to a month or so, and give us an idea if we're bullish or bearish, or potentially, hey, here's some really good NFT prices that we haven't seen before. This is a time to jump into one of these projects. I'm using this Google Sheet, and as always, you can find my Google Sheets. I'll post it in the description in the comments below. This is just the first week that I'm doing this, so I might tweak some things as this evolves. I'm guessing as we track this together over time, we'll make new habits, new trends that we pick up on, and we'll get smarter and smarter as we do this each week. So this is just week one, so stay with me if there's some things that maybe you don't like, or maybe you'd like to see added to this list. We're going to track all of the tokens each and every week. They're changed by market cap, not by price, because sometimes I like tracking market price a little bit better because, if they do a huge token burn or there's lots of tokens that just get released onto the market, things like that can affect the price a bit, sometimes different than the market cap. And so the market cap to me sometimes can even be more important than the price. So we're going to be tracking, those $1 billion cap tokens, 250 million, and 100 million cap tokens. Some of the smaller ones will also track at 50. Under that, it's just kind of anyone's guessing game. Anything can happen with the token at, 10 million market cap is just so small that, a single person, a single whale could really manipulate the price up and down. You don't really know. So we'll leave those ones out, but as they kind of climb the ranks, or maybe if everyone's like, hey, I really want an update on this token, we'll go over those every once in a while. Again, I'm not an expert technical analysis trader or anything like that. I'm just simply tracking the numbers to, kind of keep track of these projects as they come out. Then we have the NFTs. We'll look at the marketplaces, some of the users for the games, and then specifically some of each games, where are the prices going? So as I said earlier, basically the whole market is up no matter what you're doing out there. I was saying I'm going to be waiting for Bitcoin to hit 40K, see if it gets some FOMO from there kicking in. And if we hold it, that means that we could potentially go up even more. We'll see. Obviously right now everything is green and happy. Anything can happen in crypto, and Bitcoin hit 14% change. ETH, which is a representative to me of all the other altcoins and such, including gaming tokens, went up 17%. And you can see it doesn't matter if you're in large cap, mid cap, I guess most of these are still small cap, but according to gaming, it doesn't really matter what cap you're in, unless you're in something super small or that had already pumped even when we were in the bearish market. Some of that went back down, but you can see the biggest gainer here to notice is Gala, 82%, which is good because Gala is one of those great gaming companies to me. There's some interesting projects. I'm not fully into those games or investment, but they have some good things going, and they took a pretty big hit. So to see them up 82% this last week is pretty nice. SLP was dropping like crazy, so now we're back up just over a cent, a 66% change this week, which is good news if you're playing some Axie there. The rest of the projects, I'm not too familiar with the biggest gains there. The smallest ones, the ones that stand out to me, something like Star Atlas still hasn't seen a big bump. Obviously, we're far away from Star Atlas being developed and all those things, plus there's more tokens coming out. So it isn't too shocking to me that Star Atlas hasn't taken off like some of these games. And then SPS, again, one of those tokens that, had some gains for us in Splinterlands, but not a ton. We're back just over 12 cents, and our lows were somewhere around the 10 cents. So, even for Splinterlands holders and players like me, there aren't big gains to celebrate, but of course, remind yourself that we're still printing a lot of SPS until the airdrop ends in July. So I'm not expecting huge SPS gains until then, or maybe when Rift Watchers comes out and they require us to use SPS to buy them, then maybe we can see a big pump up again. But for now, for Splinterlands, at least even in this potential bull run coming up, I'm not expecting a huge SPS pump, maybe a little bit here and there. So again, if we're looking at something like Gala, you can see, remember, we were almost on the highs of 85 cents, and it's come down, as I was saying, Gala is one of the biggest ones that I've seen drop about 82%, and from there, that 82%, we've hit a, about a 140% spike, but haven't even recovered that 40-cent mark here. Again, I'm not a trader, so I'm not trading this, but I'm, as a Gala fan, at least somewhat, at least interested in their projects, I guess. It is good to see some momentum back up and a lot of volume coming in as well. So that was one of the biggest gainers compared to something like Splinterlands. If you don't know Crypto Llama, I would go follow Crypto Llama. Excellent technical analysis. This guy's been a trader forever, and SPS, same kind of story. I don't know, this high isn't true. I think it was just under $1. And we've, lost probably like 90% of our value on our SPS over this bear market here. What Crypto Llama was saying, if you go watch his video, is that we're really in a rounded bottom trying to find a floor price, and there's different ways to trade it. So if you're interested about trading SPS, or you're wondering about maybe future potential prices, I would go check out Crypto Llama in his video. The other thing that I'm finding interesting as I look over this chart is that the bigger, larger cap tokens are the ones that have made more of their gains back, which isn't too surprising. Usually, the market cycle, if you will, if you believe in it, I guess, is Bitcoin to Ethereum to smaller cap to then, those degen micro cap coins, those money kind of spreads in that system is what a lot of people talk about, although they're not too far off from each other. You can see the 1 billion cap tokens, they gained on average 30%. And just under that, the 250 million cap tokens, 29.5%, 25 for the 1 million cap plus tokens, and 50 million, 23%. So, you could argue maybe that if the cycle continues and we hit a bull, maybe some of these smaller cap tokens will see a bigger pump for things like our SPS or our Gods token. Now, I'm also tracking the NFT prices and NFT marketplaces because, yes, the crypto tokens often influences the NFT prices and vice versa in some ways, and sometimes they are disconnected in some ways. So I'm tracking both here, and as you can see, the NFT marketplaces, the game users, and this is based on DApp Radar, which I know some people are like, have different feelings about DApp Radar and the accuracy, so take it with a grain of salt here. But there are some interesting things as you look at the NFT marketplace. If you just average out those top 10 games and those top 10 marketplaces, the NFT marketplace itself, the volume is down just a couple percent. The price is up on average 2.5%, and the amount of traders going on that are active in these different marketplaces are also down. So even though some of the crypto prices are coming back up, at least this week we haven't seen the NFT marketplaces really jump back up, and I'm wondering as we track this how that will look. Maybe the crypto prices go up and it just lags behind a little bit the NFT prices going up and the amount of trading. But I'm assuming if we actually sustain some of these bull percentages, some of these market changes, then I would assume more people will get back interested into these NFT games and NFT marketplaces. So I'm looking for the next couple of weeks, will people really jump those percentages back up as we look across the board? Same thing with these users. Of course, the NFT games, they go up and down like crazy depending on the earnings and a number of different factors. But on average, the amount of users, according to DApp Radar, across these top 10 games are down about 5% as well. So again, just another curious thing that I'm watching for next week. Will those numbers change if these prices hold? I think it will. I would assume that people would get back into these games, get back into these marketplaces a little bit more, and bring our percentages back up. Now I'm going to go over some quick updates on Splinterlands, Axie, Thetan, and Gods Unchained because those are the most interesting games to me. But let me know if you have other games that we can track in the future. Again, this is just week 1, so I don't have the changes. But at least for Splinterlands, I can give you guys an idea of what I remember it being about a week ago. And mostly, the Splinterlands prices, to me, they're all kind of stalling out. They're all kind of hitting a flat line, which is fine. We've come down off of our all-time highs over the last couple of months like crazy. So to see it just kind of settle is good. That means if we settle for a while, maybe we can go back up at some point, although we still have, about half of all the Chaos Legion packs unsold and a lot more even unopened. So until we see, especially those packs being sold, I don't imagine a ton of prices to go back up. But again, if you never know, if the market is going back up, then sometimes there's FOMO into some of these projects. We've seen that before at the height of these games. So Splinterlands, Silver Power, just around where it was a week ago, maybe slightly higher. You know, maybe if you got the best prices last week, you could get Silver Power 15K for about 90 bucks or so. Now I want to say it's a little bit closer to 100 on average, at least today's prices. Chaos Pack opening average is back to 360. It came down at, I think the lowest I saw when I opened it was around 340. It's come back up to around 360 and hovered around there. The summoner prices, not too much difference than there. The level 2s, the General Sloan's the cheapest out of the Chaos Legion, 14 bucks for level 2. Kelia, the highest price there on the Chaos Legion ones, around 19 bucks. So really the summoner prices have hovered around that $3 to $4 mark. You know, General Sloan even under that. But summoner prices, again, are at least this week similar, and we'll see if they stay under $4. It seems like they're stalling out here, so I'm not expecting a ton of summoners unless, again, we go bearish back into the market. I'm not expecting to see many summoners fall under $3 besides General Sloan. And I would be shocked if we ever see anything under $250. You never know, and that's why I always say dollar cost average in. Don't put all your money in all at once. You never know what deals you're going to find. But I would be surprised to see these summoners go much cheaper from here, especially if the market is going back up. The silver chest value based on the DEC and all that it's going to be rewards, 13 cents. And then all these things are the card averages based on the Splinter Cards tool. Again, I haven't tracked these before, so I'm going to start tracking them week in and week out. But right now, the Chaos Legion average card price is $386, Untamed $41, so much more expensive. Beta 57, Alpha 74. So we'll see what these prices are next week so we can compare. But again, at least for this week, I'm not too worried about FOMOing in, even though Bitcoin, Ethereum, all these token prices are going back up. We might see some rise in card prices, but don't forget, again, we have so many packs to open that until that point, I think we still have a bit of time finding these good deals. So I don't think we need to FOMO. I think we need to put in bids on cards that we like and that we want to level up, especially summoners, and see if we can find some good deals on peak monsters using that bid system. But again, I'm not going to FOMO in and just buy everything on the market because, oh man, it might go up in this next week. That's not where I'm at least in my thesis. Axie Infinity, not much to report on. I think there's a lot of still downturn, a lot of negative voices out there about Axie. And what's crazy is that the 3 Axies you can find at the cheapest if you want to start playing this game is now under $100. We broke the $100 mark. Even a couple weeks ago, it was $120, $140. So technically you can get into Axie for 99 bucks right now. SLP did go back up, although with a lot of people disgruntled about this game, I'd be still a little bit hesitant until I'm seeing more of what's coming out with version 2 and land. But it is very interesting that it's under $100. It being, you know, one of the most famous or infamous NFT games, if you want to, however you want to look at it. Thetan Arena box prices still going down a little bit, although it's again one of those games that's kind of stalled out. We're not seeing a huge dump anymore. The common box, if you wanted to get into this game, is now just 40 bucks, which is not terrible. I think a couple weeks ago it was 50, so again, nothing too far going down there. Pretty much hovering around similar prices. You can go buy a cheapest hero if you want to start on the marketplace, just buying up the cheapest one with some battles remaining to earn THC. Then that's about $8.10. And interestingly enough, they implemented a renting system and it has the same thing. It's also the same price as the cheapest hero. So you can go rent a hero now and see what's out there. A lot of them have about 50 matches and you can play, you know, renting out for $8, play the 50 matches and see how much you can win and earn back. So with it being about $8, again, Thetan Arena, I think there's problems to this game, but it is still interesting to me. So for $8, I might just try it out this week and see what we can make back and just give you guys an update in the next couple weeks. And then Gods Unchained, I haven't been following it, but a lot of you guys have been talking about it, so I'm interested to get back into the game or at least look what's going on. And there's no, at least market tracker that I can find that's perfect, so I'm just going to be tracking these same 5 decks over time. Maybe it'll give us enough variance over time to see, hey, what are these deck prices changing? Of course, that could be because, you know, metas are changing and decks and certain cards go up or down, but it also might give us a good idea of the general Gods Unchained feeling in marketplace. You know, are all these decks going up in price or are they all going down? And we'll try to track it that way. Maybe we'll add some different stats if I can find some. So in conclusion, my feelings about the marketplace right now, a lot of these bigger games are pumping hard. So if you're in them, great. If not, then maybe wait a little bit and see if we can come back down before buying more in. Although, you know, you never know if the crypto market keeps running, how far these things will go, if we'll actually get a retest or not. But a lot of these bigger games that have already pumped hard, I'm probably not going to be buying more in. I feel like the last couple of weeks was a great time to dollar cost average. And now, I'm looking for those games that maybe haven't pumped as hard, especially those smaller cap games, whether that's more SPS or some of the other games that might be coming out that you're interested in. A lot of these tokens haven't pumped too hard yet. So I feel like there's still time on those to go grab those if we want a dollar cost average in and see if they pump or not. My other thought is I'm probably going to try out Thetan Arena here soon because it's pretty cheap to try out now, and not so worried about Splinterlands card price pumps. I am going to be putting bids in continually for the cards I like, but I'm not going to be FOMOing in quite yet. And I'm still hesitant on Axie, even with these cheap prices under $100 team, until there's more from the team, until there's more updates. Of course, that lovely member of our community has already delegated me 3 Axies, so I can still try out the game and play it. But until there's more from the team that I like and see coming out, I'm a little bit hesitant to buy in, even with it being 99 bucks right now. So those are just some quick thoughts on the play to earn marketplace in general. Let me know if you like this type of video, what I could do to improve it, what other games you want to see on there. And I'm interested, week by week, what do we learn as we track these trends? And I think it will be useful the more and more we do it. So I hope to bring great value and content to the Krill Crew community. Again, we have our Discord public, so if you want to join and talk play to earn games with us as a small investor or as a whale, if you want to join us Krills and help us out, that'd be lovely as well. But for now, peace out, Paul. Adios.